What if I told you the greatest betrayal a man can face often comes wearing a white dress and a smile? That the same institution praised as the foundation of family and stability has, in modern times, quietly turned into a battlefield, where the man is always expected to lose. Marriage used to mean something sacred. It was once the symbol of mutual commitment, shared responsibility, and unshakable loyalty. But in today's world, in a system fueled by entitlement, legal loopholes, and emotional manipulation, marriage has become a high-risk contract for men, a contract that men are shamed into signing, but punished for if they dare to challenge. Let's be brutally honest. Marriage is no longer about love. It's about control. It's about what a man can provide, not who he truly is. And if you're a man watching this in the United States, you already know the truth. Even if no one ever told it to you directly, the legal system doesn't protect you. The culture doesn't understand you, and society doesn't care about the silent suffering you're expected to endure. Marriage today exploits men emotionally, financially, legally, and psychologically. The moment a man says, "I do," he's no longer just a partner. He becomes a provider, a protector, a punching bag for blame, and often an afterthought. You see, modern marriage puts all the responsibility on the man's shoulders, and none of the power in his hands. He must pay the bills, fix the problems, and still be emotionally available, kind, funny, strong, and sensitive, all at once. And yet, if things go wrong, he's the villain. He's the one who didn't communicate well enough. He's the one who worked too much. He's the one who wasn't emotionally present. Divorce courts don't care if he was loyal. They don't care if he gave his best years to the relationship. They care about who can pay, who owns more, who's easier to drain. And that's usually the man. Men are taught from a young age to be protectors, providers, to serve first and think later. But Stoicism teaches us something radically different. It teaches us to see through illusions, to question the system, to observe without attachment. And when you look at marriage through the lens of a Stoic, through the lens of clear, objective truth, what you find is a system that asks men to give up everything, with zero guarantee of anything in return. A man can work his entire life, build a home, raise children, sacrifice his health and happiness, and still end up sleeping alone in an apartment, paying child support for kids he rarely sees, while the world shames him for failing his marriage. And here's the harsh truth no one wants to say out loud. Many women are taught that they deserve love, protection, stability, and comfort, regardless of what they bring to the table. They're taught to expect, not to build, to receive, not to reciprocate. And so men walk into marriage believing they're gaining a partner. But too often, they're just gaining another job. The man becomes the emotional caretaker, the financial backbone, the therapist, the handyman. And if he ever says, "I'm tired," he's told he's not man enough. He's called selfish. He's told to try harder, be more romantic, be more understanding. But no one stops to ask, who understands him? Who protects his peace? Who gives him a safe space to fall apart, if only for a moment? Marriage exploits men by taking their strengths and turning them into obligations. It exploits their loyalty by weaponizing it against them in court. And it exploits their silence. Because real men don't complain, right? Wrong. A Stoic man doesn't suffer in silence. He observes. He adapts. He chooses his path wisely. He doesn't hate women. He doesn't reject love. But he refuses to blindly trust a system designed to betray him. He chooses peace over paperwork, presence over performance, and truth over tradition. The idea that a man isn't truly successful until he's married is outdated and dangerous. A man's worth isn't defined by a ring on his finger. It's defined by how well he lives in alignment with his values, his purpose, and his principles. If a man wants to marry, let it be because the woman mirrors his strength, not drains it. Let it be a union of two souls, not a transaction wrapped in romance. So what's the Stoic approach? It's this: never give away your freedom for the illusion of security. Never trade your inner peace for outer validation. And most importantly, never sign your life away just because society tells you that's what good men do. Being a good man doesn't mean being a blind man. It means living with clarity, courage, and conviction. And in a world that constantly tries to shame men into silence, speaking the truth is an act of rebellion. So to every man listening, guard your purpose, guard your mind, guard your future. Love deeply, but don't love blindly. Because marriage, in the wrong hands, isn't a home, it's a trap.